Hello, everyone, one and all, and welcome along to the Ruesha and Shaban show. Please like and please subscribe. I know a lot of you are watching, which is great. I know the numbers are looking good on this new channel, so we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Rush, how are you? Good. She's good. Okay. Everything that you say today has to be triple checked, okay? Yeah. Okay. Hope you guys are good. Please get in the comments. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. The trouble continues for you. Maybe it's because you've stopped doing your hair the way you were doing it.
I'm going on the bike. I'm going downstairs on the bike, Cass. I've got my Christmas night out, so I need to get glam. So you'll be eating your words, that's for sure.
What are you going to wear for the Christmas night?
Ugly bastard. Sorry. Sorry.
I've never been more insulted in my life.
Do you know what? I'm actually surprised that we're doing this because I thought we'd went to like a public vote if I was actually allowed to do a podcast again. Do you know what I mean?
Honey, it's your channel.
But do you know what I mean? Imagine we actually
Be careful. Be careful.
Not again. Yeah.
Less from you is more today, okay? That's the rule.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Yeah.
The minute you feel that you want to talk,
No.
don't talk. All right. Ooh. You could probably get me done for grievous bodily harm for that, to be fair. Yeah. Call the police. That was assault. No, we're not here to make fun of anyone today or, go on the bandwagon. We're just here to be lovely, lovely people.
You know what's mental? This world that we live in.
We've said this before.
It's actually, everyone is a boring...
No! Stop it! Stop. Because you're going to get yourself in more trouble.
Yeah.
You're already in a hole. The hole is caving in on you.
And you're digging with your shovel. I've seen you you're helping me. You're trying to put me under the ground.
Oh, yeah.
The disgusting twins.
I know.
Do you know we should actually do that? Actually, guys, get in the comments right now. A poll of 1 to 10 are the worst fucking twins in the world. I hope you get the crown.
No, there's the Cray twins. There's those twins who murdered their family and all that. And
We're probably worse.
Yeah,
we're probably worse.
You did call someone the G word.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'd actually like to have my say on that. You don't say anything because I don't trust you. Okay, I'm keeping it calm. Okay, this content creator, I think her name is Grace, who does kind of women's soccer content. Seems very active, very busy on it. I hadn't actually been across her work until the G word happened. Only thing is that we in our family, I think I've been using that word since we were my kids' age, and it means you're a bit of an idiot. Like, oh, shut up, you gimp. Also, I remember my cousin Martin used to say it when we were really young, right? And he would call us gimps and whatever like that. And we're from a family where my cousin Martin's sister is severely disabled. In a wheelchair. Net's what, 45 now? 46. And we were a family that were not allowed to say words that people would slur and use on people with disabilities. So if there's one person that you cannot say is making fun of anyone with disability, is Rush. Using the word gimp, we're just calling you a bit of an idiot. And we've used it 1 million times probably on this podcast, and it's never been an issue. So we're not making it an issue now, okay? Yes, by the way, I went through Grace's content. Brilliant work, Grace. You're smashing it. You really, really are. And I'm pleased you were happy with the engagement that you got from Ruesha. Grace isn't bothered by this. She's not offended by Ruesha's opinion because she doesn't care for it, was Grace's language. And also she assumes that she's getting called a bit of an idiot, which was, don't say anything, but is that what you were going for? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So nobody is calling anyone disabled. I'm seeing a number of people saying this is inexcusable and indefensible. Settle down. Okay. social media is becoming a world now where you cannot do anything unless you're trying to hammer someone. So her calling someone a gimp isn't necessarily the end of the world. Okay?
Can I just spit in there? Genuinely, I have no idea that's what it means that you're
because it doesn't
making fun of disabled people. But it's not. It's actually, if you're calling someone a gimp, it means if you're talking about it then in disability context, which by the way, that didn't know the meaning of it, but it means you're walking with someone. They walk with a limp.
Yeah. See, so someone's recording if you're going to Google it, you're looking to get someone in trouble, right? You've gone down this
I think there's also a thing where you're from, where you're brought up. So if you're brought up in Glasgow, that is not the meaning of a word.
Yeah.
So maybe if it's, I don't know, here in London, but I don't think it is in London either.
I would say if you had ever gone online and called someone the M word, the S word, when it comes to making fun of anyone with any sort of disabilities, I would be horrified. Mm-hmm. Absolutely horrified, because we don't do that.
Yeah.
We absolutely do not do that, right? The fact that this word has been blown out of proportion as to something in the context it wasn't used on, the fact that the girl Grace says she's not bothered by it, she's fine, she cracks on, and she's thrilled that this is the first time a footballer's engaged. It looks like Grace is looking to get a bit of engagement for her channel, so well done. Whoop-to-do. Happy day for everyone. She's getting out the fireworks.
Enjoy the views, Grace.
Enjoy the views, Grace. Ruesha has put herself in further trouble, even though Grace seems to be fine with it. So let's just fucking park it for now.
I was actually a carer before I moved down here. I was a carer.
Honey, you're not getting a job in the carer sector anymore.
So no job at the windy.
You'll need a carer after this because you're
me and my G. Yeah, that's it.
Fucked.
So anyway, but for all you, does that mean I can't even say that word anymore? That's my favourite word.
We say it all the time. Going to win. You cannot. Do you know what? If your club come at you and say, Rush, you cannot say that word, and you're put in a situation where someone who pays you money and you're in contract with, that's the only reason you're doing that. You're not saying that word anymore, right? Because you have a livelihood and you have a life to live, right? I will continue fucking saying that word because it's not. I would never ever say it. And if gimp meant in this world that we meant day in day out that you were calling someone disabled, I would never have used that word my whole entire life. I heard it used on the radio the other day.
Jim White said it the other day.
People
on Top Sport, mainstream radio, biggest sports channel in the world.
It's fine, but listen, the engagement is there. Grace, I'm thrilled you got your engagement as well. Keep going with your content. This is what women's soccer needs. But women's soccer then also needs people like you to call you that word if it continues to get your channel going.
Social media, they're not a thing at all. That's what the whole thing. It's like football. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone can jump on and have an opinion. So, for example, I'd seen that girl pop up a few times speaking about me.
Yeah.
And then I've seen that one and I'm like, what? So in my opinion, in that video, she sounds very like, F you, like,
no, she's really, not your biggest fan.
Yeah, so I'm like, sure. Cool. So I'm like, well, I'm not really a big fan of you for talking to me like that when you don't fucking know me.
The difference is then because your word's a personal attack, you're like calling someone a name.
But it's not really.
She's saying, I've never called her a name before. Well, I bet you probably have.
Yeah.
I bet you probably have called her a name. I mean,
don't throw stones in glass houses and all the fucking idiots in the comments.
No, don't call people idiots.
I thought I need to say that word now.
Idiots are now making fun of people who are idiotic.
Oh my God.
Which means they can't have a lot of brain cells.
This one, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't even know what the word is. It's transphobic. You and me are transphobic now too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't have time to go down this road.
Actually, this is funny. I don't mind saying this. So, by the way, if you are transitioning or whatever, great. Fair play. You find who you want to be. That's great. Transphobic. I don't know if that's anyway.
Yeah, that means you're against people who are transitioning.
In a podcast we done last Christmas, I said that no, I've not got time for people when they start to say I identify as a cat, I identify as a tree. So I will go to my grave saying that I've not got time for that. So that's why we are now bad people, because we are saying no.
Honestly, nail me to the cross this Christmas.
Fuck off. Get to fuck. Get
right. Right. If you don't like it, go elsewhere. Let's crack on, shall we? Now we've let that all out of our system.
Do you know what, actually?
Oh, she's not finished.
I found God.
No, because now you're making fun of people who found God.
No, I'm not. I found God.
No, you haven't. You're a lesbian, hun. You'll burst into flames in that chapel.
That?
What God?
Found him.
What God?
The big man. The big man, he allows for people to be lesbians.
Well, he doesn't.
In the lesbian chapel.
He does.
He does?
Well, no, not in Catholicism.
I actually am a Catholic, but I'm not practicing one.
I don't. So what do you mean?
I've just Conor McGregor found God, so have I. But he's playing it like he's. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I just, you know what? There's actually no hope for me in this world. I'm going to go down to the big bad fire with all the bad people down there, and you know what? You won't be far behind.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll probably drink my Burn Angel down there and continue living my dead life.
That's yeah.
Let's crack on with what was an absolutely magnificent weekend in the WSL, because I think that Chelsea, something's not right. Something's not right.
Something's a bit cracky.
Something that I can feel your cracks appealing. Oh.
Sorry, but I'm gutted. I am gutted that do you know what? Season is not one, Cass. The season is not one at Christmas time. It's not one in December.
And the Women's Super League kind of normally is. It kind of normally is.
That's enough from you. Getting too brave. So, got on your nose there. Back to the game, Cass. So it was Man City. I can't supposed to say a word there. I'll get into trouble for that word. So I can't say that.
What was the word?
I was supposed to say spanked.
No, you can say that. No, Grace Barry said it, and it was an innuendo, and didn't take the women's game seriously.
She's out there ruining the women's game. She's a disgrace.
Grace Barry.
Another one, set her on fire too.
Honestly, Grace.
Her and her partner set them on fire in the big bad field.
Honestly. Terrible people. Terrible
Honestly.
people. Sorry, Chelsea were not. They were spanking. Excuse anyone who's offended by that term. Everton throughout the game. I want to say Chelsea had something like 32 shots. Rush.
Was it? Let me just get stats up.
32 shots.
Wow.
Cass
CDB 79% possession.
Yeah.
30 shots.
Yeah.
But wait for it. On target 6. Only 6 shots on target out of the 30.
But Rush, it's
709 passes. Attack, clear cut chances 1. Corners 18. Wow. That's crazy. But I think credit goes to player of the match, Courtney de Brosnan.
I know. Honestly,
She's
I love her so much. And she did the post-match interview, and she's just got this beautiful smile, and she's so warm. And, she was like, I couldn't wait for the full-time whistle to go, which dragged on and dragged on. I was going, ref, come on.
Sorry, there was a free kick. Sandy Baltimore hit the bar. I don't know if Courtney gets touched or not.
She gets a touch on it, hits the bar. And I thought this would have been crazy had Chelsea equalised, because they just couldn't seem to finish their dinner all game, obviously. But the fact that Everton remained strong, there was bodies on the line. That Ruby Mace put in some shift, by the way.
Great player, Ruby is. Yeah.
Great player. We've said it, but players like her before. That was a huge moment for Everton yesterday. You could tell with the celebrations with Brian Sorensen and his coaching staff, and Courtney's interview afterwards, how it is about kicking on from here. But they have been so due that result. And the way they all came together as a team yesterday and made sure that Chelsea did not equalise, I thought it was bloody brilliant game. It was really good. Fair play to them.
I think they have been conceding some goals. I think the results have been actually really poor. Like really poor, and you look at the team and you look at the squad that
Courtney,
they have.
Courtney's world class.
Courtney had been out injured for it. Yeah, she's absolute quality. But even before that, there was a wee period there's games that they shouldn't be finding themselves in that position for whatever reason. We've spoke about it before. What is it that they're doing? Or sometimes I'm like, are they being asked to really play a certain way? Was it maybe because Chelsea had all the ball that they're just in a block defending for their lives, that somehow they've dealt the pressure? They've probably got a bit of luck. You've had people like Courtney step up, keep them in the game, which you expect from players like Courtney Brosnan, because she's fantastic. She's a leader, and she's so good. She's so explosive in and around the goal.
Can you FaceTime her? Can we get her on?
Get her. She's probably at training. She's probably at a recovery.
FaceTime her, see if she comes on.
No, she'll panic.
Go on, I'll go.
She'll panic.
Well, I'll FaceTime her then. Go on. See if she'll come on. Just say, Courtney, you were magic yesterday, and we think you're absolutely amazing.
No, she might not want to be associated with the channel right now when it's got heat on us.
What?
That's what I think about people now, because they'll get a wee bit scared.
Just FaceTime her. It's got nothing to do with the hate. We're talking about the football.
I know, but that's what people
FaceTime her. Don't shit your pants. Come on. She doesn't answer. It's fine.
Courtney Brosnan.
We're not going to have to put her on air. We just need to say you're amazing. Awkward that she won't answer. She thinks she doesn't want to be associated with you after all.
Hi. Siobhan made me phone you just to say that you're amazing and that she loves you.
Well done. You're so good and we love you and welcome back, and you've got a beautiful smile and a great energy.
Oh, thank you. You guys are the best. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just having a lazy morning.
That's okay, hon.
And now I'm having breakfast.
Well, we're just filming our podcast and I said phone CDB and tell her she's magic, and she was like, no, she won't answer.
I
But
said you might not want to be associated with me right now. But well done, fantastic result.
well done, Courtney.
Very much.
We love you and congratulations on being a UFA B coach also.
Oh.
Okay.
Bye, Courtney.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye. Oh, bless her.
Courtney the angel.
She really is.
She's
so,
like the angel.
can you be
Gabriel.
more like her?
That's been because I'm poison. I'm a poison chalice.
Do you know, I remember being in Australia at the World Cup, and because she had about 20 friends and family in Australia.
Mhm.
And she's just like her mum, so warm and
Yeah.
whatever. Like that. But anyway, great. But in terms of football, brilliant from her
Yeah.
last night. Excellent result from Everton. And it's really thrown a spanner in the works because Chelsea are now 6 points behind Manchester City. Arsenal nearly dropped points to Liverpool, but in the end of the game, changes. Something's going on there, Rush. I mean, something's going on at Chelsea and something's going on at Arsenal. And if you're not willing to admit that, there's a problem. I mean, there was this article that did you see the article on Arsenal?
How? I just need to get my breath
Hold on
back.
a minute.
Hold
Did
on.
someone do their job and write an article?
How dare you actually say that? How dare you? Continue.
to insinuate. Yes, we saw the article that came out, I think it was in The Athletic, about this. There's not a cohesion and whatever in the dressing room, whatever like that. And to be fair, I quite like Rennie's interview, Rennie Slagers, because she said we're in a competitive environment. You know, it's competitive, obviously. But didn't say anything alluding to what is going on in the dressing room, if there's anything at all. And then I saw Olivia Smith's interview on Saturday that really made me laugh, actually, because she's been put on the spot by a content creator. And you know, the phone's obviously in Liv Smith's face, and asked about the dressing room unit, and she's like, well, I think if you look at us on the pitch, we're obviously together, so don't believe everything you read. With this big lovely smile. And I was just like, look, because there might be problems and because there might be a bad energy somewhere, it's not all bad things for fans. I think that we're in this moment in the women's game where everything has to be just perfect and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, and that's not how it goes, I'm afraid. And you know, to have interactions with content creators, to have interactions with journalists, for journalists to be challenged by players, for players to be challenged by journalists, is how stories grow. If we don't keep on this trajectory with having these engagements and having these stories, well, then women's football won't take off the way it should. You know, you need these things to happen in order for things to keep going.
Line with the two of them, like the whole. So you've seen the thing about the WSL and the hateful messages and like abuse.
Oh yeah, that's strange.
So it's like, where's the? Is there a blurred line there? Do we know? Because I've seen them people talking, going back to that other content creator and da. So I'm like, I could look at her and say, well, something she says sounds quite hateful. So.
But content creators can say
there's
whatever
opinion,
they
there's
want.
an opinion on like, but then
you're
where
a
do you
content
draw the
creator.
line? I guess I am. Yeah,
but you're a content creator, but you have a contract elsewhere.
I'm a YouTuber,
so there's an expectation of you to be. You know, if you're in contract with someone else, that they don't want you doing anything like that, then there lies the difference for you.
Yeah.
You know, however, when you're a content creator, your job is to create content, whatever really content you seem you want it to be. Anything goes. I have no problem with that. I think it's healthy. You know, not everyone agreeing and being on the same page is good. You need
what I
you need
struggle
a bit
with
of
right now is it's like
you need disruptors.
we're going to cancel people. That's the thing.
Cancel
like,
culture's dead. Cancel culture's dead now.
It's not, but I think that is in the women's game right now, and the women's fans. They think they're so opinionated and like, but it's like they want to tear you down. They want to. How dare you have a podcast? How dare you even try to play football now?
I know, we know this, but that's not the real world.
Yeah.
The real world is that because it's not on social media, this person isn't a bad person. What? Because it's not on social media? You know, because you have engaged with what is a crazy world on social media, being yourself, there is a problem. Whereas that doesn't mean that, you know, the best women's player in the world hasn't done something wrong in her time. If it's just not made it to social media, you've not been pinned up to be cancelled yet, or to try and be cancelled, that's wrong. And I think if we all continue going down that road, we're going to have a serious problem. Now, already in the normal world kind of thing, away from, you know, women's football world, that's kind of been stopped now. We're seeing the kind of end. And if you're a bad person, karma will get you. That's fine. And you'll still be found out if you're bad. But looking for ways to crucify people, that's certainly in the gone by era kind of thing. But you're right. You're in a space where there's young fans, there's a younger audience. You need to be whiter than white and holier than thou to be in that space.
And if you're not, I think some people are. Yeah, I think there's some women's football fans out there that are absolutely fantastic and they're great for their clubs. They bring an atmosphere, energy. They support the players, support the team.
Like the North Bank,
you've got some
like the North Bank for a long, long time. I'm talking about Meadow Park North Bank.
Yeah,
have been magic for years. You know,
that's
not. I don't know if they're on social media or not. I don't care about that. But I'm saying they're proper fans. That's a fan.
They don't like you.
Again, I don't care. I think you're good at your chance. I don't care if you don't like me. Like, it's fine. I'll live. I go to my bed, put my kids to sleep.
There is a thing though in women's football, like where I know we'll go back to like you draw a line down the middle and there's men's football and there's women's football and there's differences. But like,
when it comes to social media,
women's football, by the way, how dare I say this? Because I am not a World Cup winner. How dare I have this opinion? But I think players and clubs want fans to go to the games and they want them to sing songs and have an atmosphere. They don't want them to be like, oh my God, I'm in love with you because you're gorgeous and I fancy your girlfriend too. That's what women's football fans are like.
Some of them are, a bit intense, I would say. But listen, that's on them. That's fine. You can only control your controllables, right? You took your opportunity to control your controllables and write a message to someone on social media. Other things that have been pointed out is that Carla Ward had spoken in the last international break in that media day with you about the hate you'd received online. So do you see it as roles reversed, that there's been hate from you online?
I wouldn't say it's hate. I'm just calling someone a gimp.
Yeah,
I'd say it to your face. I'd say it to you often and
all the time. Gimp. Yeah, and I would tend to agree with you by that.
Yeah,
I'd tend to agree with that. And
I used to tell people to get beat up by ex-partner, or to die, be set on fire, to die. Yeah, that's probably a bit different. I'm not coming on and tell people that. Yeah, nor will I.
Exactly. Exactly that. One more thing I was just going to add is I think things can be so misleading as well because of social media. Yeah. But that's fine when you're in and you're all in. Do you know what I mean? Keep being yourself.
Oh, I will. I'm never... Cass,
don't change.
Have I changed it for anyone? That's why I won't be changing. I'll be doing me and my life will be just fine and dandy.
Do you change your pants?
Do you know what I do often? I'm actually thinking the new year I'm going to start something new. I'm going to start a channel. The Gimp Brigade.
No.
No?
No, because then... Yeah, no.
What, a community of...
No.
That could be the leader.
No, because you're making fun of people in the fire brigade.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
You are devaluing the fire brigade.
The fire brigade.
Yeah. So no.
Right.
We won't be doing that. Okay. Sorry, but talk to me about the results from the weekend. Were you surprised at Arsenal? Did you see that game? Did you see Olivia Smith's goal, by the way? She's turning everyone inside down.
Do you know what?
She's so good.
She is a player. And I think the thing is, I think there's sometimes, as she come under a wee bit of pressure here and there, because it's like, is she constantly delivering? But when you look at her goals, and you see when she gets dribbling at people, and then when you actually dribble and try and finish, that's a skill itself. It's not easy, and she does make it look easy. And I think she's a young player. She's had a very hefty price tag put on her head, and that's probably takes a bit of time and a bit of pressure too. Do you know what I mean? So she's got to live up to the demands, and I think she is. And you've got to remember, she is young. She is on the other side of the world, away from home, and you've got to just, I think, go, okay. And I think as a teammate too, they've got to maybe go, we need to allow her time to gel, time to grow. And I think she's showing her qualities. What do you future ahead of her?
What do you think is going on at Arsenal then? Do you think there are problems there? Do you think it's just a transition period for them?
How dare I speak about this? Go for it. How dare me?
Keep it professional.
So we roll back 2 years ago, and I feel like there was troubles then. Okay? And I felt like time is a healer, time is on, things get better.
About personally or what?
No, I just mean within the squad, right? They go and win the Champions League. Nobody expected it. And I think that team won't be looking and they'll be like, we won a Champions League. And that'll be fantastic for them. Nobody can ever take that away from them. Okay? I think on the outside, people are going, that painted over the cracks a little bit.
It did for me.
So now they're back in this position. Something's not right. And I'm going, well, what is it now? Is it the players? Because they've spent a lot of money on the players. The players are well looked after. They've got everything they need. They do it right. They do everything right. So now, are the players not good enough? Is the manager not good enough? Is the staff not good enough? What is it? But I think you see they're trying to change things about. With some of the players they're doing it with, I would argue that I think it's harsh on performances and experience. What is it? Are they trying to clean it out? I don't know. Only the people with inside Arsenal know the answers to people at the top right now. So
Do you
right now
think
it's a lot of speculation.
With articles like that reaching the press, that'll further affect Arsenal?
I think the article, I didn't actually look at it and I've not read it.
You're a disgrace.
Well, I could be arsed. Sometimes I look at article, I can't be arsed reading.
Yeah,
you can't be arsed reading.
Well, if you're not a good reader, it's hard, isn't it, to read?
So I just feel like, yes, there's something going on. Will it affect them? Yeah, I think they'll be pissed off. And then I think when you get some of the fans, the so-called fans, chipping in, like that's the one thing that I would say, like personally would hurt for me is Irish fans turning on you, going, right, feck off. So I'm sure that's the same for Arsenal players within the Arsenal changing room when you've got fans turning on them. Because it's like, some people don't know them, but they've got such a strong opinion on they're a bad person, they're not nice, they're evil, they are, do you know what I mean? But I think within that changing room, there is a lot of cliques. And maybe the thing is, you do have to just go in and go, boom, and clear it out. Maybe that's time. But you look at some of the players that potentially that are out of contract, that they could be letting go or not getting new contracts. And there's some very, very good players there. But the thing is, it's just like, well, more motivation for them. They're just going to then leave and go to another club. I'm looking going, I could probably look at 3 or 4, 5 of the Arsenal players right now going, well, if they're out of contract, there's quite an obvious team that they could be going to if they want to. If they all went together, you're going, Jesus, well, that just actually takes Michelle Kang right in the mix again, and they could go, boom, here we're here, and we're going, now, next season we're going to be there. And it's making that getting to qualifying for Champions Leagues more possible.
Yeah.
So I'm going, I think at the time it would be hurtful if you're in there, but I'm also like, there's endless possibilities, and it's not the end. Especially look at the age of some of them. I'm
only thing is that some
Uh-huh.
things I have heard in the old in the streets have been talking who London City are aiming for next.
Oh, you told me that one.
And you wonder about things like that, and I'm like, I don't think we're looking at Arsenal players.
Yeah,
I think she's looking and going, I'm going for the best players in the world.
That, but I think
not people who have maybe been good players at once.
Grace Guerrero and stuff like that. Like, she was a big name. That was a massive one. But they've still got, maybe there was a French connection there too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I think that worked easier. So I think I know who you're talking about. And if you're going to start dipping into Spain and stuff like that, I think there's got to be a bit more. But they already have.
Yeah.
They already have. So it's like, but now you'd be talking about a level above the players that they've actually got in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't say it's
well, the thing is,
not realistic, but I do think you've got to, the thing that I'm saying right now is you need players like they've done with Keats and stuff like that. They've got like Keats, players that have played in England, know this league. You need a bit of that still. So I don't think you can start going, dipping in from here, dipping in, dip, and expect things to happen. It's going to take time. And that's how I think you still need some of the players that know this league and know this game and know the style. But
what about fan base? What if she's trying to get a fan base as well? What if she's looking at going, if I could bring in a big dog?
What are you going to do? Build a village?
Maybe
get fans over and let them all live together?
I do think it... No. You know what I mean? Like,
but to actually get it, No, I still think you need...
The women's football is very much so determined on a fan base by the players that are there, and they follow their players wherever they go.
I know, but that's
they don't follow the team.
I think their fan base will start to grow naturally anyway, because if they start to win, you're going to get people want to see people win. They want to see good football, so they're going to start to get people dipping their toes in. That's going to happen. But I think, I do think you could look and you could actually take some big players from around England right now that have played in this league for a long time, and I think that will help them.
Yeah. Let me see your results a little bit more there, please, closely. Because like we say, London City Lionesses, defeat against Brighton at the weekend.
Yeah, a goal only conceded.
Fair play to Brighton. Spurs, by the way, Villa went down to 10 players. I think it was Kirsty Hansen went off.
No, it wasn't. It was...
Was it Hansen? Yeah, it was Kirsty Hansen.
Ocean.
Oh no,
The
Desalan, sorry, Kirsty, I take it back. You scored a goal. Excuse me. And then Spurs went on to win the game. I like the way they play. I like their style.
I like their style.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And Man United getting the win as well, but we have to just focus more on Manchester City because the state they're in at the moment looks like they're going to go on and win it. Like you say, nothing's won at Christmas, but I think in the Women's Super League a lot is won by Christmas.
Do you put it down to them not having as many games as the other teams to play right now? Yeah,
I think that helps a lot because they're able to keep players rotating and fit. Viv's obviously on another level right now.
She went down the other day. Is she okay?
I haven't.
Right, okay.
No, I'm not sure. So fingers crossed. But the form she's been in at the moment, Lauren Hemp being back, they've just got great players. You know,
Bunny.
Do
you know what? Their squad, they've got a talented squad, and I think there's people been chipping in and piping up. And it's we said a few weeks ago, it's great to see Vivianne Miedema back playing, enjoying herself, having fun, and obviously playing that deeper role, but actually chipping in defensively.
Yeah.
Slide tackling people, winning the ball, threading balls, stuff like that. So that's good to see. So I might have to be eating my words.
That's fine.
But I'm happy for Man City because I think they've maybe been underachieving for the last wee while, if you look at it like that. So it's nice to see then players like Viv having to leave Arsenal and then go to Man City and you go, well, there you go. There's, again, is that another screw up from Arsenal then?
Yeah.
Oh my God, can I say that word?
Screw up's fine, I think. You screwed it up.
I don't know.
Well, I think
all the screws out there that'll be gutted.
I think you've got to look at players who, you know, in the future could be going to other clubs and leaving it. At some point, it does happen in your career. I hate the way it happened for Viv. I really do.
Football's like that's my thing with football is like it is a business and stuff like that, and you're just a number. You get clubs that want to control you and clubs that want you to do everything right and represent them, but they're quick to shaft you out the door when they want to. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you literally are just a number to them. So I'm like,
I remember that even that Jonas situation with Viv and when she went to go on and kind of like everyone was saying he didn't push her, but I thought there was an intent there. Like, shut up, Viv. Like I felt there was a little bit of that involved, and I thought, well, the way that played out, I felt for her. I felt that she wasn't back, you know. But anyway, she's doing well just now. It looks like she's going to win a league title, and for that, I'd be thrilled for her. I really, really would be, because she deserves it. She's an absolute quality player. She really is. Looking ahead to Champions League next week, we're in match week 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So this weekend and next week, and then that's the end of the league phase. I'm going to Paris, with Farah. I think I'm with Farah on Tuesday. For PSG Leuven, which will be a great game.
Okay.
Because Paris have not got a point. PSG have not got a point.
Paris
Saint-Germain
have not got it. Paris FC there.
No, PSG have not got a point on the board.
Oh, that's right. They're having a really stinky time.
And it's not like they don't create. They actually play well, Rush. It's weird. And Leuven have been their first time ever in the Champions League, and they've just been magnificent, throwing up little shocks, grabbing points here and there.
Get a good few wee players too.
Brilliant, like that push tie and stuff, and so some great wee players, I have to say. So I'm there on Tuesday, and then I'll be actually out in Leuven for the Arsenal game on the 17th of December, which I just don't know how that one's going to go. I just don't know. I mean,
I think Leuven, if they're new to the competition and stuff like that, they may be punching above their weight. But I think how the games are coming thick and fast is probably a good thing for them in terms of just trying to. Sometimes as a team, when you're new and you play against a better opposition, you almost want to play them right away because you're like, oh, we've got a taste of it. And it's like you only get better. So obviously Arsenal will be hoping to go away and get the job done. But it
looks like Arsenal will get to that.
Arsenal came back late, didn't they, at the end of the game there? So within their squad, they'll go, that's a massive thing. That's a massive thing. But let's just see, everything changes. And
absolutely.
Football is a vicious industry. There's many highs and many lows, more lows than highs probably.
Okay, guys, listen, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Stay with us. Stay healthy. Rush, we will see you again next week. Try and stay out of trouble till then, please. If you could just try. Just try for me.
I would like to actually say on a serious note, anyone that was offended, if they think I meant what I said out of context, that's not what was meant. I'm sorry if I did offend you, but I'm not a liar. And that is not what I've meant. But Merry Christmas to all. Thanks for the support. And by the way, everyone that hates the channel, keep coming on it and keep screen recording it and keep posting it because we get more views.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's great. So thank you very much.
They'll be like, oh, fuck.
You know? Use it, like it, get in the comments, get involved, and thank you. Your support does not go unnoticed.
We need to do a Christmas special for you as well at some point coming up too. And we'll get some live shows going at some point as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know if you could be trusted with a live show, actually, maybe not. Rue, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. Oh, wrong button.